Buenos dias. Wait, buenos dias, chicos. We'll get there eventually. Your girl is very sleep deprived, but we're cooking some beef today. So when you're ready, get your cooking caps on. We're gonna chef things up. If you watched my chicken video last week, you would know that it's for the same base. What you're gonna need for this is obviously beef or any alternative meat that you like. Some seasonings. For me, that is salt, pepper, Italian herbs, and a pinch of cinnamon. Don't let me forget it. I need to take that out. I'm gonna need an onion, some crushed garlic, some tomato paste, some ginger paste, and 2 types of vegetables. I have my pre-chopped mushrooms and aubergine. We have like 10 minutes to get this, bang this out, because I have work today and we need to leave soon. When you're ready, 3, 2, 1, onion chopping. Let's go. She's a chef. Next things next, people. My eyeballs. Heat your pan, medium flame. I'm snacking on some cottage cheese, by the way. It's leftover, I gotta go to work, I'm not gonna take it with me. Hello. Yeah, exactly. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you want to get gains like these. I normally go Sainsbury's. Oh, my eyeballs. Broski. Anyone could tell you she ain't Asian, because where are the genetics at, man? Cottage cheese with this dish or my chicken dish. So beautiful. Not in the dish. Just bear with me. Yeah, the rest of the video is going to be like this. Just giving you a heads up. You know, I need some like onion goggles for real, but anyway. Heat the food. When you have it at dinner time, put a little cottage cheese next to it. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. I could tell you I'm the chef. As this heats, we got ourselves a little bit of oil. With mince, I don't need as much because that's got fat in it already. I maybe do like about a teaspoon or so. Should we do this in an accent, guys? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? I really feel like I need to make a beef joke. You know what I mean? Like, you and I. You know what's going to happen here? You're going to go and you're going to like my video. And you're going to watch it. You're going to give me that watch time. Because we're friends. We don't have any beef. I have beef. But I don't have beef with you. If you do, as I say. Boom shakalaka. She is nicely melted, folks. Onions. We start with our onions. Et voila. Like so. Yo, the way I'd be like, why am I trying to multitask and kill myself today, huh? Okay. Get them nice and juicy. By the way, if you're wondering about my filming order, get a little fresh air in here. It's currently coming up to Halloween. So by the time I upload this, maybe Halloween would have passed. Yeah, probably. But what did you guys wear? Or what are you planning on wearing? And like, where do you buy your stuff? I've never bought anything from Temu before. Can I buy from Temu? Help. PLT. I used to trust PLT. By the way, you're gonna cook this for like 3-4 minutes till they're like clearish. I used to trust PLT like pretty much through and through to find like those little pieces. They've gone and changed everything to this clean girl aesthetic. I can't find anything on there. So now I'm like freaking, because I wanted to be a pirate. I need to figure this out. Anyway, I don't even know. We got some like, I don't even know if Halloween's gonna happen for me this year, to be honest. Hopefully. You guys will see. If it does, it's going to be on my Instagram. Go follow me if you haven't already. So I like to make sure that they're actually nicely cooked through before I put the garlic in, because garlic burns quite quickly for anyone who doesn't know. So really make sure the onions are done nicely. Just that they're more like soft. I don't want crunchy onions in my concoction. By the way, what music are you guys listening to? Did you hear that? That just like came on. The hair? What music are you guys listening to? Like, recommend me a song. So once that's like kind of more caramelized, we chuck in, I've got 3 cloves of crushed garlic. You know what? I actually feel like one of those proper chef YouTubers right now. You're gonna need 400 grams of flour and 2 eggs. And okay, that's a cake, but you know, like those people that are like pre-chopped. That's me. I'm so tired, bro. I'm so tired. When I tell you, like 5 hours of sleep, tops, a day for the past 5 days. So if I seem completely, that's why. And I should be getting ready for work, like right now. And this was the best time I could meal prep. But this is what it's about, guys. This is what it's about. You show up for yourself. And that's why I kind of just do these like 2 things sort of on repeat. Yeah, sometimes I mix it up. I throw a little something else in there. I could like share on my Instagram other meals I like to eat. Oh, okay. So the garlic's getting done. In the meantime, Apple Watch goes up. Happy belated Diwali to all those that celebrate. I'm gonna cut around, like so. So she'll be ready to go. Move this to the side. What was I talking about? Never mind. There we go. In she pops. And there's a little bit of plastic that we're gonna take off. Try not to flick any juice anywhere. And boom. This one requires, if you're like trying to find out what's more time savvy, this one, the one that's minced, because you just need to break it up in the pan. Chicken you have to chop, obviously, so that takes a bit more time, unless you get chicken minced. This is really good with pork mince, by the way, but I don't do that. That's not, I tried it once because pork was cheaper. Give her a stir. We're just gonna try and brown it effectively. It doesn't have to be cooked all the way through, but just browned. But yeah, I've got, like, I can share on my Instagram with you guys, like, other recipes that I've done over the past year when I've been cooking for myself. So sometimes I might do, I love a good mackerel moment. Mackerel with like broccoli on the side and sweet potato. So good. What else? I had tofu moment with like tender broccoli. Broccoli, by the way, steaming broccoli. I didn't realize how easy that was. You can literally, like, there's a lot, you know, I've been managing to survive for like the past year. And yeah, I'm happy to share some of that on Instagram with you guys. I taught myself how to make, I think, clam chowder, which was kind of lit. So if you're looking for food on a budget, that's the thing. So I'm filming this now. There's another video coming out in December for you guys, which is about grocery shopping on a budget, which is kind of lit. And in that grocery haul, I managed to use the stuff that I got to make clam chowder. So that was kind of like a budget-friendly food thing. So I might show you guys, or show that to you guys. Grandma. Just making sure we're breaking it up, stirring so that we get a nice even cooking moment. Now's the time I also like to season. So I've got my sal ready over here. Oh, I did have my cinnamon out. So I like to kind of heavily go in there a bit. Maybe that's a bit much, but I purchased some fifa, little sprinkly do, and then cinnamon, as my old Spanish colleague used to say when I worked in a coffee shop. Maybe a little more. Add some heat. Give her a whirl. I don't like to add the paste before the meat's kind of brown because I want to be able to actually see the color of the meat. You know what I mean? So I let it brown, then I would add the paste. Beautiful, darling. Beautiful. Chef's kiss, innit? This is what it's kind of about, you know, like, I've really been thinking about a lot recently because I've had a lot going on. In like the past month, 2 months, and things that I've been taking on. And when you start pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, you learn a lot very rapidly. Like when you just suddenly go from like 0 to 100, or, you know, there's so many little things that come, downloads you get to help you morph into the person you're meant to be in order to handle the blessing that you're praying and working for. And one of the things was about prioritization. And I know it sounds so silly, but really, what is it to prioritize? Because I had this tendency of saying, oh, that's a priority. Yeah, this is important to me. This is important to me. And what was happening was I had all these things that were important to me because I was losing sleep, and I'm still losing sleep, but it's for a different reason. I was losing sleep consistently, and I was like, what's actually going on here? And it was because I was trying to do everything and be everything at once. And it's because all of these things genuinely are important to me, whether it's the gym, meal prep, thus saving money as a result, friendship, being there for my friends, not just like calling them my friends, but actually being an active friend where possible, being there for my family, having the family time, and then my other things that I have. I realized that actually they're all important, thus they're all priorities, but there was no actual prioritization going on. And to prioritize is to select something above something else, to choose to do something over doing something else, and that involves pain a lot of the time, and the pain is sacrifice. So the cost of prioritization is sacrifice, sacrificing something that you equally care about, that is equally important to you, and perhaps is equally a priority. But to actually do the act of prioritization, it is to say, in spite of both of these things, or all of these things being important, I'm going to choose this thing above the other things. And so for me, meal prep is an example of that. Getting to work on time is a priority. Going to work is a priority. But meal prep, I do it, why? Because it saves me time. High protein, high veg. If I'm going out And this is something I can talk about in another video, like sort of like habits to help you when you're on a cut or habits to help you when you're on weight loss. I don't like to buy food when I'm hungry because I feel like it's like my animal brain takes over. And this can happen to any of us. I like to buy from a place of I'm satiated, or, you know, I'm not, like, it takes self-control. You know, going shopping when you're PMSing, risky move. You know, so I try to assist myself and assist my future self by just having things ready. Like, okay, you're craving that thing over there, fine. But, I mean, I've got so much coming for you. First of all, cravings are not commands, but that's, again, for another time. So like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon if you want to hear more. Oh, I had a thing. Let me see if it comes back to me. Okay, so once it starts to brown and it's like coming together a bit more, hope you can see this. Once we get to that stage, I add in my veg or my paste, it doesn't really matter. Oh god, just destroy your equipment whilst you're at it, why not? So I've got mushrooms and aubergine, so this will release a lot of water, meaning I like to kind of try and cook as much as I can with the lid off to release the water. But again, it will be, if you saw my chicken video, there will be like a moment where I just let it stew, if you will, like a little bit. So that's how I'm gonna give her a little stir. I can't remember if I had like a saying for it, but basically eat the meal prep, and if you're still craving the thing after like 20 minutes of eating a meal prep, then you can go and get it, like it's justified. But sometimes your hunger will have you thinking crazy things. Like yesterday I went shopping hungry, and it's fine, you can still do it, you know, but it just makes things a little harder sometimes, especially if you're having an emotional day and maybe you're prone to emotional eating or, you know, things like that. But I was literally out every aisle. I was like, oh, I could eat that. Spaghetti hoops. I don't eat spaghetti. I can't remember the last time I ate spaghetti hoops, but my brain was like, we need spaghetti hoops. I don't know. Or like you'll walk into like the discount cake section and there's like this like Thomas the Tank Engine train cake that's on sale for like £5, and your brain will convince you that you need that. You know, that you could really do with that and that you could eat it by the expiry date. Do you know what I mean? So prepping is important to me because I've struggled so much with my diet in the past. It takes care of my protein, it takes care of like my fiber, and it saves me money as well. Like, yeah, okay, sometimes the meat is a little expensive, especially if you're non-veg like me. Put a little garlic paste in there. One of my ex's biggest pet peeves with me was that I would like squeeze the tube from my body. My sister too. She was like, why don't you squeeze it from the top? I've been working on it, guys, because people can grow and change. Squeeze from the top, like so. Same with hand cream. And like so. I really like to make it quite tomatoey. I'm gonna bang in some BBQ sauce, which is a bonus, not necessary, but I like to do that. Adds like the right amount of tang and sweetness for me. Again, probably not the healthiest thing to do, but it's just what I do. Just showing you what I do. Would you rather I lie to you? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Keep it real over here. Give her a little stir, like so. Maybe give her like 2-3 minutes, and then I'm gonna put the tomato on top. But yeah, meal prepping really helps me. Like, yeah, the meat can be a little expensive, maybe like £5-6, but this will last me 4 days. So if you spread that over 4 days, cost per meal is actually relatively decent. And I see people at work who will go and buy stuff, and obviously, you know, do what you do, it's your finances, whatever. But there's such a cost. Like, you're not only spending like £5 to £10 on a meal. Okay, fine, calories in, calories out. You can definitely lose weight. But in terms of actual nutrition, you're kind of making things a little bit more difficult for yourself. Sometimes your options are limited, so this is a nice way to sort of control your inputs if possible. I think definitely learning how to navigate situations where you're eating with people or you're having to eat out is so important. It's a skill that you learn with time, and it's necessary because life is life. Like, you can't just live in a bubble. I mean, maybe you can. Maybe you can. Great. Most of us can't. You know, we go out, we interact with people, social events or family events or holy events are gonna happen. So learning how to navigate those things and be able to adapt to that, like traveling and stuff, is super important. But I think when you can, having that stability and structure, especially when you're growing into somebody new, is really important because it's the habits, it's what you do regularly that make you who you are. And that's why also with gym, like, people tend to say, or I would assume this is kind of why they say, it's like, you know, okay, it's fine if you skip one. I'm not saying you should, like, that's what you should aim for, but if one happens, like, we skip, okay, fine, but don't skip two. And the reason they kind of say that is, like, you want to be in the rhythm of who you're trying to be. You want to be in the rhythm of practicing who you're becoming. And so you can't really allow for complacency, quite honestly, especially in the early days, because you won't take yourself seriously. And no one else is going to take you seriously for you. It doesn't mean like take your whole being seriously, but the process of becoming something or someone that you've never been, it requires your commitment. And commitment is, again, an action, like marriage, right? You can be married on paper, but if you're not acting right as a marriage partner, then what good is that? So commitment is an action. The act of prioritizing is one of them. Having a little ramble, a little waffle, just coming together really nicely, with a little stir, like so. To be honest, I don't feel like she needs a lot of water on her, because again, the veg has so much in it already. Like this. Let's see, I'll bring you guys a bit closer. Like that. What are you guys up to today? Comment down below. And let me know what you think of this cooking series. You know, if you want more from me. Again, I'm not a chef. Okay, I'm not a qualified PT. I really don't know loads. But whatever I know, I'm happy to share and happy to learn with you guys. So let me know what you think of this. If there's anything you think I should try, like, again, happy to learn with you. So yeah, that's us here. Again, you can switch out the veg, but this is the combo I like. It's quite hearty, and I think especially going into the colder months, like it's a good staple. So what I'm gonna do is get my can, just like in the chicken video, get a little water. Not a lot, because I don't really think it needs it, and of course the more water there's in there, the longer the cooking time will be, which is not bad if you have the time, but as established, today a girl does not. So I am going to pop the lid on this. We're going to leave her on like a medium low heat to simmer for about 15-20 minutes. I'm going to go shower, so if I come back and I look very different, or I'm in a dressing gown or something like that, that's why. Bear with me. I'll see you later. Hi guys, welcome back. If I seem strange, it's because I didn't realize how translucent this top was, and not that I actually have a problem with that. It's YouTube, and you know, I am trying a little bit to be successful, just a little, just a bit, you know. So anyway, it's been about 20 minutes. She's looking juicy. I'm gonna move my family's meal to the side, give her a little whirl. She's actually coming together really nice. This is hilarious, right? Anyway, pop the light on. And I'm going to give it some time to let the water cook off. Given how much actually it's come together, I would say it probably only needs about 5 to 10 minutes. So bring it a bit closer so you can see everything. Not everything, but everything. Alright, there you go, my dear. Oh, we forgot the thing that makes it. And again, you want to dump her. You want to dump her in. Dump her. I mean, if she's crazy, dump her. Well, a little crazy. Every girl's a little crazy. But if she's like crazy, then dump her. Boom, 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 boom. Chef's kiss, darling. Chef's kiss. Tell me, what are your go-to meals? You know, what do you do? Like when you're on a cut, guys, leave your tips. This is a community. We all want to learn from each other. Okay, when you're on a cut, what do you do? What are your staple meals? What are the things you always come back to? What are some cooking tips? Like, come on, team. We need to help each other. Alright, you guys, I'm going to give this about maybe 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Pop a little agua de beber in there. Agua de beber. Oh, the tits out. Agua de beber. Da da da. Agua de beber. Agua de beber. Da da da. Oh, the shower cap. I just realised I got so busy explaining my tits, I didn't explain. Can I say. No. It's so the smell doesn't get in my hair. Yes, I've stepped out of the shower. Right. I'm going to give it 10 minutes to nicely brew, and then we'll be good to go, guys. And I'm going to spawn her into my containers. And that will be that. Grand stuff. I will see you later with a bra on. Ta-ra. Okay guys, if I'm looking more fine, it's because I've been beating my face for work. That's us. She is ready, she is sexy, and she's also a little stuck to the bone. But that's fine. Looking juicy and rich, very excited. Nicely come together. Okay, so what we're gonna do, you can see the majority of the water's like come off. evaporated, so it's like come together really nicely. I like it like that. You can obviously leave a bit more water in there if you prefer. Totally up to you, but I just find it really hearty and wholesome. And yeah, so I'm gonna turn the heat off, move my Fam Bam's Kamida to one side, and we're going to dish up. So moving the water. Nothing beats a sip of water. Ba, 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 ba. Not me having to leave for work in 50 minutes. Not 15, 50. Oh, you see, Bunda gains, y'all. Bunda gains. Bunda gains. Felicia. Yes, queen. This is what I eat. And I also gym incredibly hard. If you're into that content, fitness, mindset, motivation, inspiration, perspiration, then subscribe. Otherwise I will haunt you. When you see a shadow in your room, it is I. Right. Always like to rinse my things because I'm a bit OCD. Pop her to a side. Put that in the frigio, or the sink I mean. Not the fridge. God, that's one. That's two. That's three. And oh, that was almost four. Good enough. Not used to cooking at this time. It's rather bizarre. Oh, whilst we're here and you guys are watching me dish up, please tell me any concerns or queries you have, whether it's regarding this, cooking, gym, being a beginner at the gym, being a beginner with certain things, even intermediate. I wouldn't go so far to say advanced, but you know, if you have any queries, questions, maybe mental health related, I'm not saying I'll be able to answer them all. I'm not saying I'll be any good at answering them. Even personal stuff, you know, I'll do my best to help you out. Like if you need someone to talk to, because I think sometimes it's so easy to feel like alone with your problems, you know, and just be like, I don't know who to turn to. And this is me lending an ear or something, whatever the equivalent is. So if you guys need someone to talk to, please comment down below and I'll do my best to get back to you and give you advice if I can. And if I feel like a video would be more suitable, then I will be making a video for you folks. Let's pop that in there, that in there, like so. Boom, shakalaka, baby. Now, normally I leave them to cool and then I would put cheese on them, but I'm going to work today, so I will be needing cheese on. Anyway, well, never mind. I'm going to add a dash more of BBQ sauce because I'm a psycho. You don't need to do that. If my ex-trainer is watching me, she's probably like, what are you doing? I know, but it's so good. Okay, so I'm gonna leave them to cool a little bit. I'll come and I'll put the cheese on one of them later. But that's it, guys. That's the dish. Like, come, have a look. And I promise you it is edible. I'm not gonna eat it now because it's hot. Or maybe have a look. Nah, I don't want to eat it first thing in the morning. Not before work. If it was a non-work day, I'm very particular on my work days. You know, I like to eat things in a certain order. You know, just create that predictability for my gut. So I don't have to be thinking about my gut when I'm at work, ideally. Just, you know. Yeah, but that's us. That's us. Try it. Let me know what you think. Again, cheese, cottage cheese on the side. So beautiful. So beautiful. I can't have cottage cheese sweet. I've yet to find a version that I like, you know. I tried it with some berries and some honey and I was like, this is all wrong, but I love it as a savory thing with this. So good. Anyway, guys, if you make this, I mean, I would say this serves about 4, perhaps. Again, it depends on the person. If you make this, let me know. Take a picture, post it on Instagram, tag me in your story. My Instagram is itsmahikaxo, at least at the moment. I will attach it to my YouTube. And yeah, again, any queries, etc., leave them down below. I want to do what I can to help you on your fitness journey and your mental health and life journey in general. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.